I ride a motorcycle and I'm an average rider. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what it's like to ride a motorcycle if you're an average rider and you're trying to get better. By an average rider, I mean that I got a motorcycle license and then I rode a motorcycle. Have been riding motorcycles since, with periodic breaks in between them. None longer than a couple of months. If you are considering riding motorcycles, you know that they're a lot of fun already. But the thing that almost nobody tells you is that just about, I don't know, maybe if we're being generous, 25% of motorcyclists actually learn to ride a motorcycle. You see, it was only 2 years ago that I actually started going to put cones out on the ground to do maneuvers with this motorcycle. I'm 5'5". This thing is 500 pounds. And I've owned it for long enough to have done that already, except I didn't. Because most of the time, if you get on the thing and you ride it, you won't get into trouble. But if you care for anybody who rides motorcycles, then recommend for them a set of cones and have them go out to a parking lot and do some drills, some figure eights at least, to prove to themselves every riding season, if they're a seasonal rider, that they can handle the basics. Otherwise, by the time you know to get off the damn thing, you'll be in traffic and your body won't be able to handle the lean angle that you must attain in order to avoid trouble. So fairly recently, I've started to improve my riding. And I notice every time I ride how one or the other decision that I made could have caused me to fall into trouble. Now this sense is developing after almost 10 years of riding. If I had taken more classes, if I had drilled myself more often, I wouldn't be doing this now. Because it is only by what I will call mercy, what you may call chance, that I have survived this long riding motorcycles. There's a lot of distraction on the streets now. So as soon as you get on the highway, get in front of the newest car you can find if you're going to cruise. Here's why you do it. If it's a Tesla, you're guaranteed that it'll have sensors. And so get in front of Teslas as much as possible. Don't disrupt them, obviously, but they're the safest cars to ride in front of on the highway. It's in front of a Tesla at cruising speed, because its reaction time to stop hurtling into you will be faster, markedly faster, than any human being could. The next thing you can do is come home and sketch out every intersection that is a difficult maneuver for you. And you're going to find when you do this that there are certain intersections that you must avoid altogether. I'm going to make a video of an intersection that I avoid, and sometimes it costs me more than a mile to avoid it, because it's simply a place where too many people are taking decisions under the constraints of opacity, right? As the mathematicians say. What that means is that too many people are making decisions and none of them can see well. Now, you only know this if you go and ride the street yourself and you imagine yourself being the driver in a car and you imagine yourself being positioned on your motorcycle. If you can't imagine seeing yourself, it's probably a place your motorcycle should not stop. I will organize this into steps that will be beneficial to a new rider. But this is what I have learned now. Go and do drills when the riding season begins to convince yourself that your motorcycle skills have not deteriorated especially if your bike is new or if you have gone up in bike size. Right in front of the newest cars you see on the highway, they're likely to have proximity sensors, which may save your life. And of course, always assume that everybody around you is on their phone. Everybody.